Hi, welcome to Alistair Davies Golf. Today I want to talk to you about one of the fundamentals in golf, the grip, and particularly how this will affect power, and also will lead on to contact at the same time. But what I tend to find with a lot of students and a lot of people when I watch people teach is a lot of students have what we call a very palmy grip. Now what this tends to cause in the golf swing is the inability to load the wrists and use your arms correctly, which causes casting, lack of power, being able to unload that power as well as we come down. So let me just tell you and show you what I mean. So we'll get a lot of golfers will have the club positioned very much like this, up the middle of the hand like that. And that's in quite a weak position as regards to power. It could still look very neutral from the front arm, which is why it gets overlooked and over or missed the eyes quite often. But what I'd want to see is the hand much more in your fingers, which I'll show you in a second. But what we tend to see in the backswing when we have this is the elbow will tend to want to bend. The swing will get quite long sometimes, but we'll get this kind of bent arm and sort of floppy looking wrist at the top. So what I'd be looking for in the grip is it to be much more aligned through the middle joint in the index finger to just sort of the bottom joint in the little finger like that. So very much more in the fingers. One of the best ways to take your grip like this is to actually cradle your fingers and let the club sit in the cradle and then wrap the hand on top. From a front on view, we'd want the thumb just left of center and 2 to a maximum of 3 knuckles being visible depending on the size of the hands. Obviously the bigger the hands, the more knuckles to be seen, and that will allow you then to set and cock your wrist correctly in the backswing while still making a hinge and keeping this left arm straight. So a little exercise to try at home. Try and use the club just like this, like as if you were a hammer knocking like a nail into the ground. Now if it's in the fingers, that should be pretty easy to do. If the grip's in the palm, you should find that a little bit harder, and you'll feel it certainly working your elbow a little bit more and your arm a little bit more, and you're certainly feeling in a different part of your body. So have a little go with that drill and have a little look at making that change. Now this change can affect the ball flight also, so if you've got a very neutral ball flight, just be aware. If you're going to make this change, you might have compensations in your swing already to make the 2 wrongs make a right scenario and give you a correct ball flight. But this is definitely a change to make for better contact and better distance for the future.